Peptide therapy is going to change the game. Peptides are short chains of amino acids. If you know what an amino acid is, you know what a peptide is. Typically, peptides are chains 2 to 50 in length, and all they do is they send signals. They're naturally occurring in our body, and we found over 7,000 of them. Potentially there's more. Peptides have always been around, we just haven't really talked about them. And now we're starting to discover what they are, and that's what creates the hype. So in my opinion, peptides in the next 30 years will be the same thing as vitamin C was back in the 70s. And if we look back in history, we know that vitamin C was once under scrutiny from the FDA. That's the same scrutiny that peptides are under. Even to this day, vitamin C isn't FDA regulated or approved. Neither is protein powders, neither are amino acids, glutamine, skincare product like makeup, that's not FDA approved. So there's a lot of hype over FDA approval, but if we look back in history, things like vitamin C were scrutinized. It's the same thing that we're under today. The problem is that it helps people, and you can't patent a peptide. So just like you can't patent vitamin C, and that's where the FDA wants control and regulation. So there's, it's a battle. Peptides are anti-inflammatory in their function. That's why we call them anti-aging tools. So peptides lengthen telomeres, and as our cells divide, what happens inside the DNA is that the DNA strands start to shorten. That's the caps on the end. Those caps are called telomeres. Peptide function is to get in and lengthen the telomere function. So as we age, we get wrinkly. That's the cell, the DNA losing length through the telomere caps. So if we can start these therapies earlier than later, then maybe perhaps we won't age as fast. You can't say that they're the holy grail either, peptides. The holy grail is getting adequate sleep, adequate amount of water, timing and frequency of your foods, and also getting exercise daily. If those things aren't in place, then peptides may work temporarily, but as soon as you get off of them, you'll go back to your state that you're existing in. So that's why it's important that we work habits. But in tandem with working on your habits, using peptides as a therapy can be a game changer. So for me, I want to get inside of distribution because I understand, I see what's going on. Everybody's looking for peptides. And for me, if I can be at the top of the distribution chain and how that works and getting the word out and educating, then by theory, I should be able to create multiple streams of revenue. The multiple streams of revenue is where it gets exciting to me because these are the hottest things on the market right now. And I feel like I'm early and feel like I'm in the gold rush. That's the same opportunity that we have with peptides right now. It's just really trying to understand what they are, how they work, where they come from, and once they come from, where they gotta come from, how are they packed and shipped, how are they tested. All these things are important. So you have GLP-1, which is semaglutide, you have GLP-2, which is tirzepatide, and then the hottest one now is GLP-3, retatrutide. And in my personal opinion, I do not recommend semaglutide or tirzepatide at all. I think they're incomplete peptides, and we can see that with case studies. In step trials, we see that people were losing 60 to 70% connective tissue and muscle tissue, which is absolutely terrible because yeah, they're dropping weight, but they're also losing muscle. So with retatrutide over the same course at the same milligram count, we don't see that type of decay in muscle tissue. We see little to no muscle wasting at all, which is a breakthrough because not only are people losing weight, but they're retaining their muscle. It has less GI effects than semaglutide. Semaglutide GLP-1 has a lot of bad stomach side effects, gastrointestinal side effects. Tirzepatide's a little bit better, but again, it lacks the glucagon that's inside of the GLP-3. So therefore, tirzepatide's better than semaglutide, yes, but it's still attacking the connective tissue and muscle tissue. So a lot of muscle wasting there. It's just inefficient. Why would you want to drive a car that's a 1970 car when you can drive in 2026? That's my question, is like, we got to get up to speed. And some of these peptides, for example, semaglutide, tirzepatide, in my opinion, they're just not complete. If you can get better performance, better results, more fat loss, retain muscle, it really is a no-brainer. So GLPs are definitely the hottest. Behind that would be like BPC 157 and TB 500. That's really important because we're an overweight country and we all have a lot of inflammation. BPC and TB500 is amazing at anti-inflammatory properties and providing healing for the gut. Not only that, it helps with bringing together connective tissue. So if there's an injury, like an ACL injury, really good at helping repair that process. And BPC, it stands for body protection compound. It's produced naturally in the gut. TB500, same thing. TB500 is really good at bringing angiogenesis, which means that it helps bring blood to the area of broken down tissue. So that's a really popular one. Another really popular one is copper peptide, GHKCU. GHKCU copper peptide repairs 4,000 broken genes in the body. First place that it starts healing is the heart and lungs, but it's also really good at collagen production, so your skin will be amazing on copper peptides. And then obviously NAD+ is very popular, which is mitochondria repair. We have my favorite peptides are the growth hormone stimulating peptides. So you got tesamorelin, ipamorelin, GHRP2. These are some of my favorite because they help me in recovery and also makes me hungry as shit, which is good because I need to be eating and I'm not a very hungry person. I don't really get that hungry, but when you're training and you want to put size on, you got to eat. And then obviously we have brain peptides. Selenk, Semax are very popular. And then you can start getting into peptides like Thymosa alpha 1, which is for the immune system. They have so many incredible different peptides. One of the big questions that I get is, are peptides safe? In my opinion, yes, they're very safe, but you want to make sure you're getting them from the right source. If you're getting them from a sketchy China source with no testing done, and you're the one that has to go out and do the testing on all the product, then I don't know, it could be unsafe. But I think that if you get with a reputable source and there's third-party testing done, there's endotoxin reporting done, then yes, in small amounts, they are safe. I would say the ones that aren't safe though, if you use too much, are like GLP, semaglutide. If you take too much semaglutide, it'll tear your stomach up. You'll end up in the hospital. Same thing with tirzepatide. Retatrutide, we don't see as much with the same type of dosing, but still you could end up in the hospital with stomach issues because the GLP, it literally stops your stomach from wanting to eat anything. Your stomach shuts down. It puts it in paralysis, so you don't get hungry. That could be bad. But most of the other ones are typically generally safe. BPC 157, TB500, amazing for healing of tissues, ligaments, joints, gastrointestinal issues. And when done properly, this is the whole point. You gotta do it properly. How do you do it properly? Go see a doctor. Don't just do it yourself. Go see an actual provider. Go get their advice. Go get them to do blood work on you and do it the right way. Don't just go out and do it yourself. Go work with an actual professional. Go work with the provider. That's how you can ensure they're safe, because those providers are more than likely done their due diligence and they're making sure that these products are coming from the right places, the right labs, etc. So for me, it's important to find the right sources. That's how I'm making money. I go out and I find the source. I go find the COAs. I go find the endotoxin reporting, and I go talk with these guys and I learn all the information that I can to prove that the information on these sheets are accurate. The information that's on the COAs are accurate. Double testing, doing my due diligence, and then I connect that way. And that's how you make money inside of distribution. And then what you can do is you can build a team under you. So I can bring on, let's say Joe. I bring on Joe as an affiliate under me. Joe goes out, finds a provider, he onboards them, he makes % off that commission. And Joe also finds an affiliate who can also go find other providers. And he makes a small percentage off him onboarding a provider. So that's the systems that we're working with. And it's an amazing opportunity because once you're early to the game, you really can't go out into the field and not be successful. You're gonna find people who want access to peptides, especially providers. And if you can find the right sourcing and do your due diligence, get with the right team, absolutely can make a killing in this business. So now I'm gonna hop on a call here and I'm gonna help educate a provider, and if they like what we do, then we'll get them access to provide use peptides. If you have an entrepreneurial spirit and you have a desire to learn what peptides are, they're getting inside of distribution. It's a very simple process, and I will take you in and show you exactly how to get into clinics and offer them the idea and opportunity to get access to peptide therapy.